Hello, welcome back. This time we are looking at APTS, another popular coin in many people's portfolio. Currently, it's trading under $10, $9, 95 and 70. Is now the time to be entering APTS into your portfolio? Let's have a quick look. Right, as always, for either swing traders or people that want to hold this coin for the longer term in their portfolio, you should be starting on the 1 day daily time frame. This is not financial advice, simply charting and doing some technical analysis with the Robo Engineering AI indicator. I've identified this as a base in terms of where price has visited. We're quite far away from there, but essentially all I'm doing at the moment is just drawing zones of interest of where price has reacted before. Obviously, I'm seeing 3 points of interest where price has reacted, and these are more areas that are jumping out to me immediately on the chart itself. I'm not going to go back as far as 2023. We are in 2025, and if you are looking to consider this coin within your portfolio, it's probably looking far back as August 2024, where we've had the recent dip, which was same in line as October 2023. So we'll start off here. The highest point of APTS has been just over $19 on KuCoin, because this coin isn't actually on all of the exchanges at the moment. So what we're seeing here, let's start with some traditional TA. I've identified the zones. We're looking at $15 potentially around that price for a maximum upper limit, and we're looking at $5 as the best entry point. So kind of $10-ish and change, we are smack bang in the middle. What should one be doing if they were looking to include this coin or trade it? So what we can see is that, let's get some fib tools out. These were relatively highs, and we saw this price break up. So if I were to take a fib extension, the 70% optimal trade entry has been triggered around the 8.8 or $8.83 mark. That is an area that, from a Fibonacci perspective, is really quite crucial. We really do want to be holding that area. I've got 2 moving averages on there, the green one as a 10-day and the red one as a 20-day. Price is struggling to break above the 20-day, so that's acting as resistance, and the 10 days lower than the 20-day, which means that we are still bearish. And I guess the last point that we want to be charting out on the daily is the fact that we have broken a trend line and we are still pretty bearish on APTS. Just want to draw a couple out just to see where we're fanning out. If we could say that this was the original trend line where price was respecting initially, we've broken that, and on the secondary trend line we've also broken that. Price could potentially react and bounce up and then come back down, but let us now switch on to see what Robo Engineering AI is telling us. Let's get rid of these and this, and now switch on some of the parameters that I like to use. I'm a big fan of orange support and resistance, and let's look at the buy and sell signals. I think we can get rid of these areas as we've identified the zones. And the red lines in the support and resistance, which are generated by AI, it looks at turning points, previous price action and Fibonacci levels, and then processes this to then identify the best support and resistance areas around this. So the last buy signal was around the $10 mark, and it's often cited that we shouldn't be waiting completely for the sell signal. If there is a resistance, we could shave off some of the profit there, 23%. And then if we were going to wait for the top one, that's a 36 increase there. As soon as we start seeing candles going gray or price breaking any trend lines, that is a time where we want to be paying attention of coming out or entering a position here. On the daily, if I we did have a trend line that we were looking at. So let me do that in reverse. I would say there's not enough real data at the moment for a break of a trend line. So just want to get that TA out of the way. We've got a sell signal that was around the $11.16 mark, which also teed up with the resistance price of $11 and just under 5 cents. And we are currently bearish on this one. Let's now flick over to the smaller time frames, but just before we do, I wanted to have a quick look at the cloud just to see, has this turned red or is it still green? So this cloud has turned red. So we would be looking to potentially come out of, we'll be looking to stay in the sell trade if we had taken it around the $11.18 area. So we want to stay in this sell until price either comes down to $7, the next resistance line, or have a look at where price would react and behave around the $9.50. Also want to bring in the stochastics, which again on the daily is at the top. As you can see, every time it's on the top, price does tend to react and come down. So the fact that we are already in a bearish trend and price is at the top band, then I would anticipate price to continue going lower for now. I will look to update you in terms of where and what this coin does in the near future. But if you are a trader, day trader, then it's the 3 hours that we want to be looking at for APTOS. I've actually left this on from previous video where the indicator does identify the best buy and sell lines. Obviously, this is best used on the daily, but since it's on the 3 hour, we have to have a quick discussion regarding this. So this setting is the best buy and sell levels, and anywhere where it's shaded green, that has been historically a good time to buy this coin. So smart money has been accumulating this coin anywhere between $6, $7, $9.50, and you can see that we are in that price point now. It has dropped below the green line, which is the which is the fear line. And then if we look at the red line, which is the FOMO line, we can expect that this coin could potentially reach $50. Obviously, this is not financial advice. It's just technical analysis and chart analysis depicting APTOS, the coin. Okay, now let's see some of the other settings of EngineeringRobo AI. Let's pull up the dashboard. Let's get rid of the best buy sell levels, and let's see what our orange support and resistance lines are telling us. And then later on, we'll finish off with the cloud settings. As it's crunching through the code, there's over 1,500 lines of code, and it does take a while for it to load up. So many lines of resistance that we are coming through, and as we can see now that it's approaching a area of resistance, price will really need a good push to come out of there. So I'm actually bearish on this. On the 3 hour time frame, the price has broken that trend line. It is consolidating. We will have a look at the stochastic. I like to use this rather than the RSI as it magnifies the move a little bit more. Now, to me, this is divergent in the sense that price is going slightly higher while the stochastic indicator is actually going lower. Let's wrap this up with 2 more points in the sense of the buy and sell signals, and then we'll switch on the cloud itself. Let's have a look at the dashboard while that's loading. It's bullish on all the time frames except the daily. So could there be a shift in sentiment here? The buy trigger was triggered on $9.18, and if we took the trade then the indicator would have given us a good 8% return. So no current AI sell signal just yet, but if you were in this buy position, you would want to be considering to take some profits here as we move into a resistance level and as the stochastic indicator is showing signs of divergence there. Quick end to this one, where we will be looking at the cloud. Looks like the cloud has gone. I'm going to wrap it up there and then post a picture and give you an update of what this indicator and this coin is telling us a little bit later on. Watch out for my community posts. Thank you, and see you on the next one.